Hey guys, Knightwingscustoms over here. Just wanted to do a quick video on one of my first customs that I've started working on again. I've customized before, but I've taken a break because I started grad school and work and, boring real life stuff. But we're not here for that. We're not here for me to vent. I have a therapist for that. We're here to talk about my custom. So what I have here is a 6-inch scale Marvel Sentry Horsemen from the Apocalypse storyline. He is one of Apocalypse's many horsemen, and there are some great people that do bios and talk about the characters on YouTube, so please look up some of those videos, and maybe I'll put in some of their descriptions in the link below. But what I'm really talking about here is the work that I did on this character. So as you can see, again, he is on the 6-inch scale of the Marvel Legends line. I also have the original Sentry to do a side-by-side comparison so that you guys can see that he will match up with any of your 6-inch scale. Oh, sorry, Sentry was a little tired. But he will match up with any of your 6-inch scale figures in your Marvel Legends line. But now, just to talk more about this figure in particular, please don't mind the shoddy workspace. Working on some things. But what I want to do is talk about some of the things that I did with this figure. So I used clay, sandpaper, enamel paint, and Sharpie markers. And also some paint sealer. A lot of these things you can get at your local arts and crafts store and Office Max and even your hardware store. Now, I like to sand down the paper first. Sorry, sand down the paper. That's me being tired. I like to sand down the figure first with the rough sandpaper to get all the extra gloss and paint that they may have put on the figure already. And then I use a fine sandpaper to then get all the details that I may not be able to get with the rough, coarse sandpaper. Then depending on what colors are going to be put on the figure, I decide if I'm going to use a flat black wash or if I'm going to use a white wash. Basically, the darker the colors, the lighter the flat black wash or white wash you want to use. So, in other words, if you're doing a figure that has a lot of bright colors, a black wash is great for that figure. If you're doing a figure that has navy blue in their colors or any type of really dark colors, you really want to avoid doing a flat black wash because all that's going to do is just blend in or bleed in with the dark colors that you're going to put on it. So again, the lighter the colors on the character that you're making, the darker the flat wash that you want to do first. And I say flat wash because basically you're just covering the whole entire figure in one specific color. For this figure, because I knew he was going to have a lot of light colors in him, I used a flat black to wash in all the details, to just really coat him in all black. And then I applied any paint applications afterwards. So, to talk more about what I did, I used a gloss and flat white in his hair, and then I used a light blue to help bring out the red in his eyes, which I used a Sharpie for. So again, Sharpies are great to use in some cases when you want to detail. If you don't have those fine point brushes and you don't want to really worry about paint drip, Sharpies is the way to go. You get the fine felt tip or the fine point Sharpies, and you just color in the eyes that way or get in any detailing that you want to get in there. And they'll still stick on when you do the paint sealing process. In another video, I will talk about what I do with paint sealing. So what I did here, just to show him a little closer, what I did here for his eyes, again, is a Sharpie. For the face, I used the light enamel paint. Testors Enamel is a really good company. They have some rich colors and a lot of diverse colors. And I think that they work really well on the Marvel Legends line. Some people also use acrylic paints. I'm going to try to do some projects with that to let you guys see the difference with what acrylic paints look like and enamel paints look like, and I'll do that in another video. But for today, I wanted to really show off some of my first projects that I'm doing in a long while and show how he came out so far. So I think this Sentry came out really well. He's trying to lunge at the screen. That was kind of cool. But I think for the most part, I'm really proud of how he came out. I still have to do some detailing, especially here in the boots, and he does need another coat of paint sealer. So he's not finished yet. And when he is finished, I'll show a video of what he looks like when he's 100% done. But all in all, I wanted to really take this time out before I ran to the gym to get my swole on, because Sentry kind of made me embarrassed as I was working on him. I realized that, wow, I really need to go to the gym, because he had muscles in places that I never even knew existed. Again, still working on that in therapy too, so don't judge. Don't. All of y'all judging, just stop. But I am really proud of how this figure came out. I'm going to definitely put my email in the description below because I would love some feedback. I absolutely would love to hear back from you guys on any ideas that you guys have, any customs that you guys have been working on too, if there are fellow customizers watching, or if there are people who are interested in seeing another character made. Please send in some suggestions. You can also email me at Knightwingscustoms, that's capital K, and then Nightwing, like the DC comic book character, favorite comic book character of all time, at gmail.com. So again, because sometimes I run off on rants, it is Knightwingscustoms at gmail.com. The link will be in the description below. I like how I did that. Below, because the description will be somewhere over here, wherever it is. But it will be there. And yeah, there are going to be some more videos coming up soon, guys. So please, feedback as much as you can. Any comments, any tips that you guys use, any paints that you guys use, the process that you may go through, anything to help me get a better idea on some characters that I can come up with, or techniques that I can use to make my customs even grander. Even grander. More grand. Grandiose. You get the point. Alright guys, catch you later.